A pagan priest fights to have the right to wear his horns in his license photo, and he wins. But it was a bit of a struggle. So first of all, he is a pagan priest out in Maine. He says here, quote, as a practicing pagan minister and a priest of Pan, do we know how? Pan.
As in pandemonium. No,
Oh.
Pan is it's just like a little goat god of mischief. Plays the pan.
Yeah, like, do that again, Grace?
I think he's in Pan's Labyrinth. Right?
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Is he like Trump, where he just licenses his name out and he doesn't show up?
And a priest of Pan. I've come to feel very attached to the horns, and they become a part of me and part of my spirituality. So he also, do we have a picture? He also, okay, so that's his license picture. So he won the right, and I'll tell you how he went about that, because it was a little bit of a struggle. So this is, he wears the horns at all times, but he also likes to frolic around in his goat wear pants.
It is this.
He wants
in his satyr getup.
Goat wear.
Satyr getup.
Okay. So when he went, you should know this because there's actually been a number of different cases where people are trying to fight the DMV to wear specific religious garb. And there's been a few cases cited here in the Washington Post of Muslim women who want to wear hijab, but they can't because the difference is, according to this article, is that the law is that you don't want to restrict any part of your face because then the law enforcement needs to be able to see your full identity. And the horns, apparently, it's just horns. You can still see his full identity. So what he had to do, though, is first when he went there, he was denied. So the DMV said that you're not able to wear those horns. He said, I'm not going to take the photo without the horns because I wear the horns all the time. This is what I'm going to look like if I get pulled over. Or so to speak, I'm not quoting him. I'm paraphrasing. And what they did is they said, you're gonna have to take this up with the state of Maine. So that's what he did, is he said he sent the state a personal essay explaining the importance of his horns, along with 4 scholarly works, including one titled Pagan Religions, a Handbook of Diversity Training. So he had to show that this was part of like the Religious Freedom Battle Act, that this is his religious garb. And he won. All right, thoughts, 5 words or less.
He's the goat pagan.
What the fuck is wrong with these people?
This guy's always horny.
Ew.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, but how do you
horns.
know, Brett?
Because of the horns that he wears. Oh, I get it.
To each its own. Hey, to each its own.
I totally get that part where he's like, listen, I mean, if I'm the police and I pull it over, I'd be like, oh, it was the guy with the horns. Like, that is part of his identity. That's easy to remember.
Yeah.
If he commits a crime, he'd be like, well, he had horns.
My problem is with, like, the other day I went to a party and I had, like, antlers.
I remember.
And I couldn't get in the car because my head was too tall. So this guy, I guess he's short. If he can be driving his car.
Well, let's look at his photo again. How tall are the horns?
They're like inches high.
Oh, yeah.
They're probably like 5 inches above his head.
It's easy. He has a Jeep Wrangler. Takes the top part off.
He rides a dragon.
He looks like a small guy, too. Look, this all comes back to religious freedom, which is a conversation that we're seeing more and more in this country with regards to Christianity being sort of the predominant and well-accepted religion, and then people who practice other belief systems have to fight for it, which is really not how this country was founded. It's all religions should be accepted, acknowledged, and given equal treatment under the law. And what we're seeing is Christianity is getting preferential treatment under the law and sort of taken as the law of the land. And that's ultimately what this case is about. Now we can laugh at how he presents and the horns and whatever. It's different from what we see a lot, but he's still fighting the good fight, in my opinion.
I agree. I say to each its own, and good for him for not only fighting the good fight, but actually following through with it and sending in the proper documentation to win. I do feel bad for the couple cases that I read about. I'm sure there's way more than the one cited in the article about the women in hijab, because some of the headscarves, there's different, some do cover up to here, and that I understand for, the safety of the officer and needing to know with the comparison on the identity of the license. But what about like the headscarves where it just frames the face? That's,
Yeah, that's the part that's bullshit. Because
not
if you
fair.
take your picture right now and then you dye your hair black, cut it short, your face is still the same. So as long as you have the face, I feel like that's fine.
I agree with you.
So the Muslim, but that's where it's selective. And the people who create these laws, this country is founded on what the founders wanted you to be and wanted you to do.
Yeah,
Does that make
religious
sense?
freedom as long as you're Protestant Christian.
Right.
Yeah, but like,
As long as you
but I mean, if you do the more like the practicalities of a lot of it is where the rubber hits the road.
Of
Like a
course.
lot, yeah, freedom of religion. Go to your wherever and do whatever. Do your mosque or your church or whatever you want to do. It's that part where people have to say, all right, we need to. If you commit a crime, identify you, because there's a reason why vandals and robbers cover their face, so you
You're
can't
right.
identify them. Incidentally, your face is covered. I understand it's because of your religion and not because you're robbing a bank, but let's say that someone who robs a bank dresses like you. We need to be able, I don't know, I need to see your face at least for this photograph.
No, that I understand,
I
but I
think-
was talking about just the basic
just
headscarf.
the
that-
basic
I'm fine with the basic headscarf
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
the reason
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
say.
I
It's
don't
like,
think
what are you guys talking
Right.
about? She could shave her head and
Right.
look completely different.
That's why I think it's strange that it's actually been a point of contention, because I don't think it's really an argument. I think everyone understands that you need to be able to identify someone in their identification photo.
Right.
I couldn't even identify my Uber driver this morning because when he picked me up, he looked like, a clean cut, white guy, whatever. But in this picture, but when he picked me up, he had long hair, a beard down to here,
was his roommate
and he
in
was playing like
disguise.
Bob Marley, and I'm
Yeah.
looking at him like, it's like, is this the same guy?
His roommate, he's sick, and he's
yeah.
taking over for his roommate.
So I'm like,
yeah.
he's like, oh yeah, it's an old picture, and I'm like, oh okay.
Really?
Literally,
That's funny.
completely different.
But I thought it was I think it's a good article, and I think we all hit the nail on the head, but I think what your point was exact. I think Grace gets 2 points.
I forget what your point was. What was it?
Same, honestly, I forgot.
But also too, when it comes to identifying, there's a few points that law enforcement and special forces people always look at, especially when you're like covert and you're looking for certain people. There's points in your face between your nose, your cheekbones, and here that never change. No matter what you do, this
like if you
doesn't
gain
change.
weight, lose weight.
Gain weight, lose weight, this part never changes, and you can't alter these parts right here. You can influx everything else. So if you're really trained in the way that you're supposed to be trained, you would be able to know that. But obviously, if a cop is looking at you at night and all this other
Right.
stuff, it's kind of gonna happen. But
Yeah.
the thing about my folks, we all look the same anyway, so we just fucked either way it goes.
All right, please share your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you all next time on Pop Trigger. Big round of applause for Kenny Hamilton.
Yay!
Yay! Happy holidays.
I hope I make it to 2017 with you guys.
Yes, we'll
Thanks
see.
for having me.
We will see Kenny in 2017. Don't you worry. And we'll see you guys all next time on Pop Trigger.